of course, the electricity cables. We always recommend that you plug them into your vehicle first and not the electrical supply first. So it's vehicle first, then your electrical supply, because if you do any damage and arcing, or there's some problems there, it arcs at that end and not this end. Okay, we're into the gas. Two gases, pretty straightforward, very difficult to get in and out, but every petrol station either has Cepsa or Repsol, which is Butano. Easy to change. There is a tap on the top. Probably going to change this to make it a more simpler device, but it's just like a tap on your back. If you turn right, you open, turn left, you close, and it's exactly the same as here. So on the top, you turn around and open. There's also another little black button which we'll show you in a picture later on, and you press just to purge and let the air out when you change your batteries. Relatively simple, relatively easy. This is the gas hob. It's a standard practice, press down, turn. Oh, we have to switch the electricity on. Up here, the 12 volts, which I'll show you now. And obviously the 3 burners. Do not put the lid down when it's hot, because it will crack. And obviously when you're in transit, make sure these lids are down. I had to replace this one. It was 130 euros because it's a toughened steel, toughened glass, sorry. Water, exactly the same, but this won't work either until you switch the water tap on, the electricity to the tap, which is again over here. So I'm going to come back to this switch panel on, but there you go, and that's your water. Here we go. So the fridge itself, in the top, this is in Spanish para hielo, aquí gin, tonic, and abajo, down below, limon. Okay, right, this is the control panel for the electrics. What I'm going to do is just switch all the lights on. If you just spin round behind you, you can see that these are on in the ceiling. But to this side for me, I'm going to go through the control panel, the electrics. We've 4 switches, 4 at the bottom, 4 at the top. These I'm going to switch off, and as you can see, the lights have just gone off. So the first one is 12 volts. If I switch the lights off and on, so they're now on. If I switch off, it's isolating all of the 12 volts. Likewise, here you have the tap and the waters. It's the toilet supply, it's the shower, everything, the sink, everything relies on that. If you don't press that, it doesn't provide you with water. And the last one on the top row is the outside courtesy light, which goes underneath the awning. Yeah. So on here on the right, I'd like to point this out. On the right hand side, if you press this, which is the first, which should be up here, but it isn't, they do correspond. This should be there. So that is saying that the house battery. And there we go, we're full. This is showing the electric power. That's what we're using at the moment. If it's on the top, we are using the battery power if we're unplugged. And the next button, and this is what I mean, this is where it's the wrong way around. This is the cab, and it's the battery of the cab. So that starts, so you set 2 separate batteries. This is your water level here, and it shows you that we need slightly topping up. And also when it goes from here, it runs down, empties, it's going into your used water, what we call gris, which is what on the outside, which I showed you before. So that's all your 4. And then the last one is this one, which you'll see it reduce and enlarge. And this is the lighting in the cabin. You know, so if you're sleeping down here, then obviously you don't want that blurring away, and you just reduce your light. On the back side of this is your trauma. That was the heating, your hot water, etc. And it's pretty straightforward. I've left them on with ours. We've on economic. The television's in the way, but you can find other instructions, videos on YouTube, etc. how to use the trauma panel. So that's how it's spelt there, but it's pretty straightforward and easy. Okay, turning round.